Hello. I'm just doing the groups right now. So this is June predictions. And hi, Flo! Hey, how are you? Welcome. I'm doing the groups. I think I'll do 4, like I always do, even though it's a live. We'll do 4. I think that's good. I'm starting with group 1. Flo, how are you? Oh my god, yes, let's do it. Let's do it. Hello, Luella. How are you? How's life? So we're doing June predictions. I'm so excited. So this is group 1 I'm doing right now. And pulling cards for group 1. As we're moving along. So I think I'll go with the 4 groups like I always do for monthly predictions. We'll do 4. Why not, right? I'll keep it to this pretty much the same way that I always do the June prediction readings. Why not? Why not? Okay. Oh, actually. Group 1. Oh, already saw the archetype for group 1. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. Maybe something like that is relevant. Spoiler alert. Okay, group 1 is ready. Moving on to group 2. Let's pull some cards for group 2. Group 2. June predictions for group 2. Okay, this one. So June predictions for group 2. Okay, saw this one as well. Group 2. Yeah, guys, just chat amongst yourselves while you wait for me to be ready with these. Group 2. I'm getting a very chatty energy for group 2, like a lot wants to be said. I'm getting that kind of energy. A lot wants to be said. There's so much to say. Group 2. More of a fast-paced energy for group 2. It's just something I'm picking up on as I'm shuffling. The past week has been wild. Oh my god. Is the Mercury going direct? Maybe you're feeling that quite intensely. I've had some really cool revelations actually the past week. Past week has been very productive and very healing for me, and I've had so many interesting interactions with a variety of people that almost feel like a dream. Like but like it's like odd but very pleasant at the same time. Okay. Oh, I hope you can still see this. Wait, can I pull this any further? Okay, we've got group 1, group 2, group 3. Group 3. And do like this video if you're watching this. If you're watching this, like my video and subscribe. And tip me if you feel like it. You can tip me on this live, or you can tip my PayPal. Yeah. Okay. Oh my god, I'm feeling so upbeat. I did a live on blessings a couple of days ago, and I wasn't feeling as upbeat, but I'm feeling very upbeat again. Okay. Feeling very upbeat. You guys keep me so young. Okay. Group 3. Group 3 for June predictions, please. I would really love some predictions for group 3, please. Group 3. Group 3. Oh, Group 3. Landslide. Oh, Landslide by Fleetwood Mac. Could that be a relevant song? Group 3. Group 3. Group 3 is chaotic. Chaotic. But I feel like in a good... Oh my god, definitely chaotic. I just saw... I'm gonna take one of the cards, the one that fell out. Group 3. Group 3. Oh my god. Yes. Yes, Group 3. Yes. 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 Group 3. Group 3. Okay, Group 3 is ready as well. And now we're going to do Group 4, and then we'll be ready. Should I... This is Group 1. This is Group 2. Maybe so they can be seen better in the... This is Group 3. And we're going to do Group 4 now. Group 4. Group 4. Okay, what you got, Group 4? I'm feeling this card. What you got, Group 4? Show me what you got. Ooh, you might be showing something off Group 4 in the month of June. Group 4. Show me what you got, Group 4. It's time to show people what you got, Group 4. Group 4, it's time to show people what you got. Reveal. I'm getting like revealing something like a project. I mean, we'll get into the group, but I'm kind of, because usually when I prepare these for the readings, I keep note of what I'm noticing. Whoop, as I'm shuffling. As I'm shuffling. Okay, that's ready. Ding. You ordered, you got. Dinner is served. You're definitely 4. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, so we've got 4 groups. 4 groups, everybody. It's going to be 4 groups. So, Group 1, Group 2, Group 3, Group 4. So you can, I was going to say you can pause the video. No, you can't. But you can take some time to meditate over the cards, see which ones. Group 1, Group 1, Group 2, Group 3, Group 4. I hope those voice effects help. For those of you that are a bit more clairaudient, I hope the voice effects are doing something for you. But let's get started. So we're going to get started with group number 1. So we'll put these to the side. Okay, group 1. Let's get started with group 1. Group 1 for June predictions. Group 1. Okay, so as always, we've got the pre-shuffled oracle cards, and then we'll be using tarot, and I have my other astrology deck here that I'll be using as well. So let's get into it. So Group 1, June predictions. Here we go. We've got Tree, Let Them Go. Sagittarius. Inspiration and Courage. I love Live Vlada too. I have come to be very fond of her, actually. Thank you. Lover. This is the card that I saw when I was shuffling. Lover. Oh my god, maybe... Wait. Inspiration and Courage. Lover. Puppet show stage. Acts can go on forever. Manipulation, falseness, and control. Let me just think over this. So June predictions, group number 1. Give me a second, because I also kind of feel like I want to channel a little bit more. But there's almost I'm getting like a contradictory energy with group one. There's contradictions that I feel are coming up. So you might feel like June, you're experiencing a lot of contradictions. There's this sense that you might be feeling, I'm getting a push and pull. I'm getting a push and pull. I should let this go. No, I should hold on to this. I should let this go. No, I should hold on to this. And I feel like maybe you're looking outside of yourself to understand whether you should let something go or keep it. Because I feel like there's something here that inspires you and kind of sets you on fire. I'm getting this very fiery energy here. And then we've got Sagittarius, which is a fire sign, right? I'm getting, and then lover makes me think like lover, you know, like shit, lover. Lover. Shh. Why am I keep getting lover? Like it's a shh. It's like something is secret almost. But I'm getting something sets you on fire, but you almost feel like you want to keep it a secret. Like something inspires you, something sparks you up, something really gives you a lot of energy, but you want to keep it a secret for some reason. I'm also hearing I don't want to jinx it. Like maybe you don't want to jinx something here. There's this need for freedom and feeling stifled by something, maybe by certain boundaries or certain attachments, but at the same time, it's not like you're hating those attachments that much either. You know, it kind of has this feeling of I feel attached and it's making me feel suffocated, but actually it doesn't make me feel suffocated. I am just getting used to being attached more. It's like attachment that is healthy, but because maybe you've grown to be unattached or you've grown to be completely detached in some sort of way, the attachment almost feels scary. This one feels very contradictory. This group one for June predictions, you may just feel like you're constantly contradicting yourself in June. It's like, I want this, no, I want this. I want this, no, I want this. There might be an element of that for group one in June. I'm also feeling like whatever you were experiencing around November, December last year, those themes, oh motherfucker, listen, that makes sense because Sagittarius, we're gonna have a full moon in Sagittarius, right, in June. So I think maybe full moon in Sagittarius is quite important. I feel like something that was some trigger from around Sagittarius season last year, which is about November, December last year, is popping up again in June for you, probably post the full moon. And you're gonna have to deal with it. You're gonna have to work with it. You're gonna have to address it. But I don't think it's going to be as difficult as maybe you're anticipating it to be. There's a very strong energy of attachment versus detachment, because like I'm just getting this attachment energy here with this card, the Puppet Show, and with the tree burning I'm getting detachment. Sagittarius is detachment. Like even this card, also these two cards are really similar to me with the way they're like, she's holding the heart and she's holding her chest. There's something very close and warm, and you're going to approach whatever this is, you're going to approach it from a place of love. But there's a really big theme around attachment versus detachment. for group 1 this June. Coming to cinemas near you. I literally heard that in my head. Okay, and it's funny because we've got this puppet show stage. You might watch, this is very kind of like, well, I don't know if it's that random, but you might watch a movie, or you might absorb, you might even go to theater and watch something that like gives you a new perspective on this attachment versus detachment. It kind of feels something where you're either super attached or super detached. Maybe you're not able to find this middle ground, whatever this is, group 1. And in June, maybe you're going to find some sort of a middle ground. Where do I... It kind of feels like for some of you, it could be something to do with your love life or dating. It's kind of like, I only know how to go fully in, or I know how to completely detach. That's the only two ways I know how to do it. But it feels like in June, you're finding that golden center, and you're coming at it from a place of love. And even from some sort of like a spiritual point of view as well. But I feel like there might be a piece of media or like a show that you watch. Hello, Ashutosh, how are you? Welcome. We're on group 1 for June predictions. There's 4 groups. It just really feels like I think you're releasing control, but there's this very strong energy of, no, I either know how to completely attach or how to completely detach. I don't know how to get into that middle ground. And I feel like for most of you here, it's going to be to do with love life or dating or something like that. But you're actually going to find that middle ground this June, coming to cinemas near you. Okay, let's get into the practical reality, the 3D material practical reality for June for group number 1. Let's see, what do the cards have to say about that? What do they have to say about that old nugget? 10 of Swords. Okay. You're detaching from something. Maybe it's like you need to detach from someone or something in your practical reality in order to start cultivating this middle ground. But you're putting an end to something in your physical reality. Another thing that I'm picking up on, again, there's a really strong reference to like November, December last year. There's a very strong reference to that. Maybe something that ended around November or December last year, you're gonna see why it had to end. So I would really say, I don't know why this is such a big thing, but Sagittarius season last year for this group is important in June. That's quite a big message here. I think the full moon in Sagittarius in June for this group is especially relevant for whatever it is that you're going through in your life. I would check maybe where Sagittarius is in your chart. Yeah, where's Sagittarius in your chart? Check that. But I feel like a lot of endings that you've experienced even up until this point will start making sense on a material level, is what I'm getting. There's 4 groups. I'm really getting past endings. I'm not necessarily getting that anything specific is ending in June, although it could be. Some of you might be leaving. This is giving me the energy of like leaving like a neighborhood or leaving where you're living to go to a new fresh space where you can start over with detachment, more detachment at least. But a lot of what I'm picking up on is past endings in your physical reality that have happened, especially those that have happened towards the end of last year, are going to start making sense. Like, whoa, this makes sense all of a sudden. A lot more. It's like it made sense before, but now it really makes sense. There's a broadening. Sagittarius being ruled by Jupiter. I'm just getting this kind of like broadening, sudden broadening of an understanding of what is going on. But I'm getting with the Ten of Swords. Can you clarify the Ten of Swords? I'm gonna pull another card for Ten of Swords. I wish I said it. I was like, I'm getting in my head, I was like, I'm getting Eight of Wands energy. An Eight of Wands came out. There's progress. I'm really, really getting this. It's more so about the endings that have already happened is what I'm feeling for this group. So whatever endings have happened in your practical reality, I would say over the last, what's that? That's like 6 months, right? Over the last 6 months, they're all going to make so much sense to you. Group 1. Maybe jobs that you've left, neighborhoods that you've left, homes that you've left, people that you've left that you don't interact with in real time anymore. And I feel like you're going to sense this progress. It's funny because your practical reality in June, it's less about the present, it's more about the past. It's more about how things have changed. I think you're really going to notice the progress that, you know, that feeling when you look back on your past and you go, oh shit, I have made a lot of progress. So you might even notice, for some of you, I'm actually getting, some of you will notice progress in your health. I'm getting that very strongly for someone here. But like, so what I'm getting with progress, it's not about like all of a sudden in June you're making progress and it's like, oh my God, I'm making so much progress. It's that in June, you are looking back on the past 6 months and recognizing the progress that you have not recognized up until this point. So there's going to be a moment, or there's going to be a series of moments where you're going to recognize that progress. I feel like for a lot of you, it's going to be about your health or your body as well. Like you might notice, oh my God, I feel a lot healthier, or like my body, there's something, maybe you started working out 6 months ago and like it's you're really noticing the effects, or you started eating better or something like that and you're noticing the effects. It's the kind of progress that you're noticing is the kind of progress that you have to cast your mind back and look back and go, wow, I did make a lot of progress. Day by day, it didn't feel like progress, but now that I'm casting my mind 6 months back, fucking hell, look at this progress. Progress in the house. It's like a sudden moment where I realize I collected lots of job experiences. Yeah, I think that's, maybe it's maybe in your skills. All of a sudden you're like, wow, my skills, my progress. I'm not doing requested readings. This is a pick a card reading for June predictions. Okay, let's get a astrology cardinal progress. You're realizing just how much progress you've made looking at your physical reality that you maybe haven't given yourself credit for so far. And I think it's giving you this fire or this power or this courage to keep going. You're like, wow, okay, I'm noticing the progress. I'm noticing the progress. I'm noticing the progress because of an ending. I'm noticing the progress because of some sort of ending, and that's making me feel more brave, more passionate to keep going. You're going to feel motivated to keep going because of all the progress that you'll notice that you've made. So yeah, that's your practical reality. So let's have a look at your emotional relationships. Platonic, romantic. So this is group 1, relationships for group 1. Relationships for group 1. 2 of Pentacles, but I'm also feeling this card. 3 of Cups. You're going to be busy. You're busy, group 1. You're busy. I think you're going to get a lot of invitations. I'm seeing you. I'm almost getting, you know, it could even be that a lot, I don't know, maybe a lot of you have friends whose birthdays are in June. I don't know why I'm getting that, but it's like you might have multiple friends who have like birthdays in June. So it's like I have to be here for this person's birthday and this person's birthday. No, you can't get a yes or no answer. Please leave my live. I just told you I'm not doing requested readings. Okay, so yeah, I feel like some of you are going to be busy between different parties or different events, different social gatherings. There's almost a feeling like in one day you might be in 2 places. Like you have to go to one place and then you have to go to another. Yeah, you have loads of dinners. So I feel like that's very resonant with this energy. This feels like a light energy. I actually feel like you're going to have a lot of fun. There's definitely an emphasis on friendships, although dating can be a part of it if that's something that you're resonating with. But I feel like if you're single, you're more likely to be in the energy of like fun dating, not anything too serious. Not anything too serious, not anything too, I don't think you want to commit to anything too much, if I'm honest, from what I'm getting from this group. And that makes sense with this detachment energy. There's this, you know, we were feeling that detachment energy of how do I find the middle ground where I don't get too attached, but I'm also not completely detached. Where's the middle ground? And the 2 of Pentacles makes me think of that middle ground as well. It makes me think of that balanced energy. Yeah, I don't see, if any of you are wondering, and I honestly think that this is your energy. I don't think this is someone else's. I feel like you're not really in the place where you want to commit to anything or anyone. And I think even with friendships, it's this energy of like, yeah, I'll come to your party, but I'm kind of getting this sense of you can enjoy the parties, the dinners, whatever it is. You can have fun with your family, with your friends, but you're not trying to get too deep into things in June. There's this sense again of that middle ground that I'm picking up, especially in these, like I knew I felt this energy with love life, but I think it could also be with friendships. Like you don't want to get too deep with a friend. You don't want to have this like super intimate conversation with anyone maybe in June necessarily. Not to say that you won't, but there's not really a desire for very deep, intense, intimate interactions. There's a hunger and a thirst for lighter communication, lighter energies, lighter interactions. And I think you're going to get those. Like, I feel like there's going to be a lot of light energy. But I am getting quite a non-committal energy from you, group 1, in June in terms of relationships. If you're in a partnership, if you are in a relationship, this could indicate that you and your partner, I'm kind of getting you and your partner spending more time apart with your respective friend groups. Like I'm getting this energy of a couple that kind of spend more time with their own friends rather than with each other. That's a very strong message that's coming through for a lot of you who are in relationships. But I feel like the main energy of lightness, like a light energy. So if you're in a relationship and you're going out on dates, they're going to be very light dates. Something, again, like non-committal almost, even if you are in a commitment. It's like there's something non-committal to those energies at the same time. So let's get an astrology card for the relationship portion. Libra, fucking hell, are you serious? Are you shitting me? This is so cool. Balance, but also like Libra is lightness, right? It's this light energy. It's I mean, this is just, it makes sense for this energy to be Libra. It's very light. You might have a lot of flirty fun as well. I also think this lover card often reminds me of like Libra energy. It's just like, it's like Venusian, airy, fairy, kind of like, oh, haha. Like, I'm getting like a lot of flirtation, but it's very light. It's very, very light. It's like sweet. It's not too sweet. There's something sweet about this group. There's something sweet about June. Like, I don't get a very intense energy. I feel like a lot of intensity has happened for you already, group. So, oh, wait, I know this is, okay, listen. Okay, I'm gonna tell you something. Group 1, I think what's gonna come up for you, you've had a lot of intense experiences. I feel like especially at the, like around the end of last year. I'm kind of getting like maybe the second half of last year, but especially towards the end of last year, you had a lot of intense endings, maybe a lot of intensity just like filtering through you. And I think what's coming up for you in June is that those things or themes are going to pop up for you to notice the progress that you've made, and for you to notice how well you're doing. But there might be a trigger where you might feel like, oh my God, that intensity is coming back. That crazy shit that I experienced at the end of last year is coming back. No. This month is actually supposed to be super light, very super, super, super duper sweet. It's not supposed to be this like intense endings. That's done with. That's over with. You've moved on from that. There's a lot of lightness, but there will be subconsciously, you know how things are happening at the same time, and especially like in our heads, like everything is there. There's this sense that these intense energies, they're still present, even though your practical reality might be showing you like sweetness, lightness, no commitment, chilling, enjoying life. The back of your head is like intense shit that happened. It's still here. So I think there's duality. There's contradiction. You're literally a walking contradiction, group number 1. June, you're feeling that contradictory energy. Okay, let's get the personal, spiritual, self-development. Let's just get a couple of cards or one card. I think one card will be enough for this. 7 of Wands. 7 of Wands. Be careful not to, so what I'm getting, there are some like subconscious things that are making you feel like you're back in the, like, like war flashbacks. You're having war flashbacks. You might have some war flashbacks during June, even though energy's like butterflies, candy floss, rainbows, butterflies, fairies, and you're like, explosions, I'm drowning, I'm suffocating. There's something like that. I was feeling that energy of like, this is not a suffocating energy, but it's making me feel suffocated. I'm getting this kind of vibe for you, group 1. So be careful not to push away good things just because of your war flashbacks. I think that's going to be your main challenge for the month of June. What a fun challenge that is. What a fun challenge that is. 3rd house. Talk to someone about this. I feel like a big thing, like someone you obviously trust, talk to someone about this. Because I think if you talk about it, you'll notice these are just war flashbacks. You're not in the war. The war is over. What is it? War is over. Is that who sings that? But anyway, don't push away good things in June just because of your war flashbacks of this like intensity. Whatever intensity you experienced, especially at the end of last year, that's over. You're any reminders of that are merely proof. It's like merely proof that you've come so far. That's group 1. Group 1, thank you. Thank you. That was really fun. Group 1. I'll just read your comments real quick. Actually, I was in competition in every part of my life. Now I get all things I want. That's right. That's right. Okay, we're moving on to group number 2. Who's group number 2? Let's go. Group number 2. Why am I, for group number 2, I'm already hearing smooth. I don't know why. You're like so smooth, group number 2. Group number 2. But you were also like quite a fast energy while I was shuffling, so it's like fast and smooth. Fast and smooth. Storm. Every hurricane comes to an end. Group 1, I introduce you to group 2. Very similar energy. Aries. Cleansing body and spirit. Shapeshifter. Oh my god, smooth. Literally smooth energy, like shapeshifter. There's something. Okay. I'm like feeling something. So there's a word in Russian when you're like grasping at something, when you're like, oh, I'm about to grasp this word or this phrase. You can say nashupuvаю, and it's like, it's a really good word. It's like, oh, I'm feeling it around. Sorry, a pleasure point. You'll like it up here. Abundance, sex, prosperity. Okay, why was that? Oh my god, this is so... Na 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 na. What is it? I'm getting like smooth operator as well for group 2. If it resonates for group 2, if it resonates, I think in June you'll be having a lot of sex. Good sex. I'm getting a lot of passion. If it resonates, but there's something very slinky about you, but you're also moving fast. Like Aries energy is that fast energy, but I'm also getting the shapeshifter. There's something with your body for sure. Your body is like cleansed. If any of you in this group, I'm burping. Sorry, 1 second. If any of you in this group did any sort of like sexual healing, or you did some work on your sexual energy, that has really worked for you. That's what I'm getting for this group. Maybe you've done some sort of spiritual cleansing of your body in that kind of way with those kind of intentions. But I just keep getting smooth. You may notice your skin will become more smooth, like more cleared up. I'm getting like smooth hair. Everything feels really smooth. Everything is just like so smooth, group 2. I'm like feeling it. I feel like you're gonna feel really sexy, group 2, in the month of June. And it's like you're traveling through or navigating different versions of yourself. Like I'm really getting role playing as well. Like I don't know if that resonates. This is not supposed to be like an 18+ reading, but it kind of has that vibe. Like you might have a very sexual month, group 2. But even if it's not that you're literally having sex constantly, it could be that you're just like really connected to your own sexual energy. And in a very bold sort of a way. And also maybe you're dissecting your own sexual energy into many different like fragments. It's like, oh, I'm sexual like this, and this is part of my sexuality, and this is also part of my sexuality, and this is part of my sexuality. And there's this almost like a kaleidoscope. Is that right? That's the right word for it. Kaleidoscope. Kaleidoscope of sexuality, kaleidoscope of passion, kaleidoscope, I don't know, like you're going to be feeling very attractive, group 2. June is you're like, I am. And you don't even need to say it to yourself. There's just like, you're so smooth. You're a smooth operator. Okay, let's look at your practical, physical, material reality for group 2 for June. I think you'll be really indulging in pleasure, any kind of pleasure. It can be sensual pleasures. I'm seeing someone going to like a spa or going to these places where your senses are activated, but everything feels smooth. Like the smoothness is really important. No, please. It's the Empress. Fuck! I love it! I love this. I fucking love this. Oh my god. Okay. The Empress for your practical reality. I mean, there's nothing else. It's very sensual. Very sensual. Very connected to the body, very connected to the senses, very connected to like that smooth energy moving through life, through the world in a very fluid way. There's something very fluid. I'm also getting like sexual health. Again, sexual health is coming through really strongly for this group. If anyone here, I'm getting like hormones being rebalanced as well for this group. Especially for those of you with especially those of you that have a uterus and ovaries. I'm getting a lot of health around that. You're gonna be looking incredible. And you'll know it. You'll know it. But what's the smooth energy? So smooth. I need to stop saying the word smooth, but I can't. It's like, it's the word for this reading. So smooth. She's a smooth lady. Venus. Literally Venus. Literally the Empress and literally Venus. Why is this? This is such an align. You're going to be so aligned. And that's what's going to make you like sexy and attract. It's so much more than sexy though. It's like oozing abundance. You're oozing abundance. You're going to look so freaking good, group 2. But it's not just like, it is physical for sure, but there's something very energetic about it as well. I think you're going to receive a lot of compliments in June on your appearance. But it's not just your appearance, it's your energy too. Wow. I also think if you're in a creative field or anywhere where you're creating anything, you are your creativity is going to be off the charts, and it's going to be so easy to create these things. It's going to be so easy to produce them. You're probably going to be quite productive. It's just all coming out of you. I think you've done some work on like your sexual energy, your creative energy, sacral chakra. You probably have done a lot of sacral chakra work. Group 2. I don't know why that noise is coming through, but I felt like making it. Okay, anyway. If you were on my live for general messages a few days ago and you picked group 2 in that live, this is definitely your group. This is because this is giving me that energy a little bit. You're going to be looking very attractive, and you're going to be getting confirmations of that from your physical reality. I'm getting a lot of compliments coming your way. Oh my God, you look amazing. Thank you. You look so amazing today. Oh my God, did you do something with your hair? No, I just washed it. I know it looks amazing. It's like your skin is amazing. It's glowing. Oh my God, thank you so much for saying that. Your eyes sparkle in the moonlight. Thank you. Oh my God, did you notice? Like, it is group 2. Okay, sorry, I just want to elaborate on the creativity part. I feel like you'll be creative in such an abundant way. You're not going to need to structure things. There's going to be almost a level of impulsivity with your creativity. It's like, okay, I feel like creating this, I'm going to create it. I feel like doing this, I'm going to create it. Let me just create it and not think about it too much. But there's this feeling of creative productivity and pleasure. But also, like, I'm creating for pleasure. I'm not creating for, like, structure. That's a big thing that I'm getting. But I'm just really getting you trying on different roles or styles. This kind of has if you're an artist, for example, you might start trying different, let's say you were always painting a certain style of, I don't even know, like you always painted in a certain style. You might start playing around with your style. It's like, today I'm going to try paint in this style. Tomorrow I'm going to try this style. I'm going to start mixing them up, and I'm just doing it. It's not even for fun. It's just to do it. It's just to release something. But you're attracting a lot of attention, compliments. It's like people want to love up on you, I think, in a certain way, group 2. Okay, so I was already thinking about relationships. I didn't mention it, but I was already thinking about relationships, platonic, romantic, Ace of Pentacles for group 2. Okay, this group, if you're single, I'm really getting like someone asking you out on a date, and it's very stable. It's very practical. Like, it's literally someone being like, let's go out. I want to go out with you. Can I take you out? Something like that. If you're in a relationship, I think your partner will want to like get you gifts. All of a sudden your partner will want to like really treat you with something. I'm just getting compliments. People giving you things. You will feel very abundant in June. I don't know what's going on with you, group 2, in June. You are like peak energy. Peak energy. It's like you're absorbing so much pleasure. Because you are pleasure. It's like your pleasure itself, and you're absorbing. It's like you're cultivating pleasure, but you're also absorbing pleasure. I cannot explain. This is really funny. I cannot explain to you, group 2, how good I feel in my body doing your reading right now. Like, I cannot tell you. The pleasure, some energy is like, it's everywhere. But I feel like you'll notice a lot of solid responses. There's going to be practical confirmations of your beauty, of your abundance, of your overall energy. Like, I'm just getting, people will tell, I would love to hear about this. If you want to come back to me and let me know, because I actually feel it's like people just reaching out and being like, you look amazing. I saw your pictures. You look amazing. People coming up to you. It might even be random people coming up to you on the street to tell you how good you look. I'm not like, and I don't care how much of an exaggeration that seems for some of you. Literally, this is what I'm feeling. It's so smooth. What I'm getting, you may notice that your style of communication with other people is going to become smoother, more refined. Like, listen. There's something so refined about you. Something so refined about you, group 2 in June. It's like you're at ease with yourself, and so everyone's at ease with you, and they love it and they enjoy it. It's like, I love this energy. Okay. Saturn, refined. I'm really getting, you'll notice sorry, I yelled that, literally yelled that, but you may notice your style of communication becomes more refined in June. And I am actually getting something, you might get some offers. Again, they can be platonic, romantic, they don't have to be. I think someone here is being asked on dates. Like people will ask you out. People will be like, can I take you out? But I feel like beyond that, there's going to be something with this group where I'm just reading again, your standards are raising. So if there's going to be friends that are coming back from your past who like didn't value you, because there's a very strong emphasis on value with Venus and these cards, there's a very, your value is like going up in some sense, right? And so if people who didn't value you in the past are coming back all of a sudden, because all of a sudden it's very obvious, your value is very obvious, I think you're going to be very elegant, but very strict with who you let back into your life. Because I'm almost getting this sense of like, I don't want to be devalued again. You're feeling your value in June. Like it's almost peak energy, like my value, like what I'm worth. And it's a lot. And I also feel like you will notice the people in your life that you really value. So there's going to be an emphasis on people that you really value. And you'll see what I'm kind of noticing, because you're so good at seeing your own value, you will also be very good at looking at people and seeing their value. You might even tell someone in the month of June how much you value them. That might be like a conversation that you have. It might even be like an exchange of energy. They tell you how much they value you. You're like, I really value you. No, I really value you. No, I really value you. Oh my God, no, I really value you. Okay. Spiritual and self-development, personal development for group 2. The Hanged Man. I mean, that's quite a spiritual card on its own, right? I just can't help but feel that you're going to be... There's something about looking back on when you didn't see your own value. And so maybe you sacrificed yourself or sacrificed your needs or wants because of how you didn't see your own value. And I think that's something that you're really processing in a big way. Like you might even be meditating on it. You might be spending a lot of time really connecting to that. But there's a really big aha moment or like light bulb moment for you, group 2. Just how much value you hold in general. Second, this is the most aligned reading ever, group 2. If you're in this group, congratulations. Group 2, house 2, oh my God, second house, of course. Group 2, second house. Physical security, possessions, material values, and self-worth. Self-worth is a huge one for you. I think your self-worth is like pew, 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 pew. It's going so high and everyone's seeing it, but the most important thing is you're seeing it. But I'm also getting a lot of sensual experiences, a lot of pleasure with people who you value and they value you too. You're going to be very aware of that in June, group 2. Who values me? Who do I value? How does it work? What's the exchange between us? But you are, wow, like this is an incredible reading. I think your June is going to just feel so abundant. So abundant. And I think what you're going to realize as well is that your abundance is, it's not just one thing, it's so many things about you. And you're going to get quite strict with your inner circle, I think, group 2. And you like, there's a really strong energy of like, I will never let anyone devalue me again. Like, this is it. I'm really getting that strongly. Whew, so that's group 2. Thank you so much, group 2. That was a very interesting reading. Oh my gosh, that was the craziest reading ever. Thank you, group 2. Let's keep on moving. Wow. I'm kind of feeling like, wow. Snogshabatilne. It's like, there's a word in Russian. Snogshabatilne is like, or snogshabatilne. It's like an adjective to describe something that knocks you off your feet. So it's like, I'm getting that word for you, group 2, for June. It's like, knock you off your feet worthy, kind of. That's kind of like what the direct translation of that word is. But yeah, so I hope you enjoyed that, group 3. Like this video, support me, tip me, I would appreciate it. Let's keep moving along. So let's keep moving to group number 3. So group number 3. Okay, group number 3, let's get into your reading. Sword, make the change. 12th house. Imagine and envision. Okay, 12th house has very strong energy around imagination and envisioning. I feel like a lot of you are going to be reimagining yourself. But there is a bit of a chaotic energy. I remember when I was shuffling the cards for this group 3, I was getting a lot of chaotic energy. Child magical. I remember this card popping out. I saw it. I'm definitely getting for this group, you're reimagining yourself. You're re-envisioning yourself. And fortune teller tent, all the answers are within you. External forces influence intuition with the 12th house. There's something very mystical, very metaphysical. There's something, excuse me. Give me a second. Okay. Your June, if June was very physical for group 2 especially, for this group, a lot of June is happening in the subconscious, in imagination, and in this metaphysical way. Some of you might be reconnecting with your more metaphysical self, with your more mystical self. There's a lot of fantasy that I'm getting with this group. Like, fantasy is a really big, important element for you in the month of June. I think you'll be getting a lot of subconscious messaging, a lot of downloads. Like, I'm getting so many downloads and none of them make sense. Like, it's like you might be getting sign on sign on sign on sign on sign, and you're like, none of this makes sense, but the signs are just like, and it might even be the same sign, you know, like, I don't know, like there's a goldfish on this card and I'm getting like, maybe you're seeing goldfish everywhere and you're like, I literally don't understand what that means. And you're asking the universe, can you explain what that means? And the universe is like, another goldfish, here's another goldfish and another goldfish and another goldfish. And you're like, I get it. You're sending me a lot of goldfish, but what does it mean? And the universe is like, goldfish and goldfish over here and goldfish over here. And I feel like you have to just keep going with it. Like, you just have to keep going with the signs and allow them to come in. They'll make sense at some point, maybe not in June. It might be like closer to July that these signs start making sense. I'm almost getting collect all the signs, collect all the things that you're getting. You could even be doing like, I don't know if you're, oh my God. Oh my God. Okay, this was very straight. Okay, I'm kind of freaked out a little bit because as I turned over there, this group, oh my God, you're about to be in your psychic era group number 3. As I turned over there, like a flash of light just went, like, it was weird. It was like millisecond, but it just kind of went whoop. And it was weird because it felt like, because I started talking about inner child stuff. And for a second, it almost felt like a childhood version of me was there. Wait, give me a second. Maybe you're doing a lot of inner child work, or your inner child is trying to communicate with you quite intensely. And you're like, what are you saying? What are you saying to me? I don't get it. And they're like, da-da, ba-ba-ba, ba-ba-ba. Here's another message. What I'm getting the month of June, for a lot of you, it's going to be really important to journal or keep some sort of a notebook. If you feel like following this advice, I am getting the advice to have a notebook where you get messages from your inner child specifically. I'm getting that as quite a strong message. And what I'm getting about June, don't think about things making sense. Things are not supposed to make sense for you, group 3, in June. June is pure collection of information through that kind of like metaphysical, like, mode or whatever it is that you want to call it, like in that kind of metaphysical way, collecting information. You're not supposed to figure anything out. You're not supposed to change anything. Even though we have a card saying make a change, I feel like June is about more so absorbing energy that is going to help you make a change in the future. You're not supposed to be doing much in June. Be very open to very weird messages is what I'm getting as well. Like, be very open. Like, if you're because I know probably a lot of you that are watching this, you work with guides, you work with spirit guides, with ancestors, with whatever, people work with all sorts of crazy things, right? Be very open to the messages that you receive and who you work with as well. So there might, like, spiritually, be very open to who you work with. You might feel called to work with like an entity or a deity, and maybe that's not your style, but you'll be called to do it. Do it. It's kind of what I'm getting. You might feel called to do like a weird ritual. You may feel called to do a weird spell. Do it. But it's more about what you're channeling. I feel like you're going to be channeling very weird things, or they'll seem weird in June. Group number 3. But they're going to start making sense as you move along. June's going to be weird for you, group 3. Like, that's the only way that I can put it. June's going to be weird. It's going to be weird. You might have some weird-ass dreams, group 3. Some weird-ass dreams. Like, and I mean, you might be someone who's like, I have weird dreams literally all the time. No, these are going to be weirder. Like, I'm really getting that. It's like, this is a month of weirdness for this group. Let's look at your practical and physical reality, because there's not a lot about it here. Practical and physical reality for... Okay, we got the 10 of Swords again. We had the 10 of Swords for the first group as well. Can you clarify the 10 of Swords? The Hanged Man. I'm getting very strongly for this group is that there's an ending to some sort of suffering. But it will only come through this weirdness that I'm picking up on. And it's so funny because the Hanged Man and the 12th house, they're very resonant. The Hanged Man can be about sickness. 12th house can also be about sickness, hospitals. Maybe... Okay, this is only if you've been sick already. If you're not sick, don't take this because I don't do health readings. I don't do that kind of stuff. But if you've already been sick, there's something about your healing process that is actually enlightening you towards something new in your life. This has the energy of like when someone gets really sick and they have to spend like a week or two in bed to recover. But through that, because they sleep a lot, they rest a lot, you need to rest this June. I think there's a lot happening in your energy. You need to rest a lot, maybe even more than usual. But what I'm getting is through this rest, you will be able to understand so much more. I'm literally getting like someone having, you know, when you have a fever dream, like a delirious dream, but maybe it gives you some perspective or some answers. I think you're going to have some weird dreams and you need loads of rest. Like, I'm just getting, if you push yourself too much to get things done, like on a practical level or in a physical way in the month of June, don't push yourself too hard because I'm kind of getting, you could overwork yourself or you could push yourself. You might even feel in June like, I didn't even do anything today. Why am I so tired? It's because you're channeling so much. And I've noticed that this is the thing, like when I do a lot of readings, I have a period where I'm doing a lot of readings, I get so fucking tired. That's this energy. You're gonna need a lot of rest. You might need a lot of sleep in the month of June. And it might feel counterintuitive or like, or necessary. Like, this is not necessary. I shouldn't be sleeping this much, but you need it. Fifth house. I think something is happening with your creativity, with your self-expression. That something is brewing in June. You're like in this, I wonder if some of you have Gemini in your 12th house. Maybe you have Gemini in your 12th house. You'd have Gemini in your 12th house if you were Cancer rising. If you were a Cancer rising, you would have Gemini in your 12th house. Something is brewing. And you need to allow it to brew. And your June is not going to make sense. That's the only way that I can put it. It's not going to make sense. But there's a lot of creative energy that's brewing, but it's not only creative energy to like express yourself through artwork, or in that kind of way. It's also like expression through your body, through your looks. I feel like maybe in June, maybe the end of June or something like that, you're going to drastically change your appearance or something like that, group 3. There might be a drastic change to your appearance coming, maybe closer towards July. Your self-expression is going to change. The way you express yourself, maybe even the way you speak, the way that you show up in the world in general is going to start changing, but it's like it's still in that brewing energy in June. It's more so towards July where it's going to become obvious, or you're going to understand why you were feeling all that weird energy. But June is going to be weird. Like it's going to be a bit strange. You might have some strange spiritual experiences. Like you may even feel like your guides are shouting at you in some sort of way, or your inner child is really, really speaking up. I think there's going to be some, like almost I want to say paranormal experiences that are going to happen. Sometimes life might not feel real in June for this group. Okay, let's look at your relationships. Platonic, romantic, familial. 2 of Cups. How sweet. Well, if you're in a relationship, I think your relationship is going to be thriving. I think you're going to be in a really good place with your partner. I think your partner is going to be very supportive of any like weird energy that you're feeling yourself. If you're not in a relationship, either you're spending time with like one friend who is very dear to your heart and you're really, really connecting to them in a very beautiful way, or this could even be like a sibling or a parent, but there's a person in your life that is very dear to your heart that you're going to spend extra time with. It's going to be this feeling of just like, oh, we're like really, really getting on. Like we're really getting on. This could also be for some of you, not all of you, but for some of you, this could be someone who you are actually beginning to date or you're starting to date. And you're feeling a very strong connection with this person. And that might also contribute to the energy of like, is life even real? Because this might be the kind of energy where it feels like you know them so well and you're on the soul level. I think there's someone that you are dealing with. Okay, whether it's platonic or romantic, it feels like you might feel, wow, I feel so close to this person. Almost like family, almost like a kindred spirits is a good word for this. I think you're going to be around someone who's like a kindred spirit. And I think it's one person. Whether it's platonic or romantic, I mean, fifth house is the house of romance. It could be romantic for a lot of you, but I don't want to box that in. Oh. So first house makes me think of, it's someone who accepts you for exactly who you are and you accept them for exactly who they are. There's such an appreciation for each other's individuality. There's such an appreciation for each other's like way of living, for each other's way of expressing yourselves. If you're in a relationship, I'm really getting, this is going to be an amazing month for your relationship. Like, I think your relationship will thrive this month. If you're not in a relationship, there is going to be an important friendship or relationship where it's like an appreciation for one another without needing to change one another, without needing to force one another into something that you're not. You're going to feel like you can be completely yourself with this person. There's such an emphasis on this connection. I mean, it could be romantic, it could be platonic. I don't want to pigeonhole it too much, but I want to clarify just a little bit more. Just for most people here, is it going to be romantic or platonic? Well, we've got the Knight of Swords. I think you're going to have very interesting conversations with this person. Like very interesting, heart-opening conversations. I think for most of you, it's going to be romantic, actually, now that I'm looking at these cards. I think for most of you, it's actually going to be a romantic connection. And for those of you that are in a relationship, maybe you and your partner are really getting into like really interesting conversations you've never had before. All of a sudden, there's like some sort of an opening between the two of you. There's a real appreciation for each other's personality, individuality, way of doing things. No judgment. Like, I'm getting such a beautiful connection here. And it can be between two friends, for sure. For group 2. But I'm just getting like an appreciation. Like, it's like you're enjoying seeing each other's way of living. You're enjoying seeing each other's way of existing in this world. It's like it's like appreciating a good piece of art. This is a really nice energy. I think this connection is going to make you feel some of this dreamy energy. This has a very strong like soul connection. Like it's like spiritually, there's such an understanding. I think there's also emotional and mental connection as well. One of you actually might be a little bit more mentally inclined and one of you may be a little bit more emotionally inclined, but there's this compatibility nonetheless. Very nice. Very beautiful. Okay, let's get your personal, spiritual self-development, group 3. Okay, group 3. Magician. That's what I'm getting. It's like, before you manifest something in a concrete way, it needs to like come to you conceptually. There needs to be a conceptual sort of energy that flourishes, I guess. But magician, and we've got child magical. There's a lot of magic energy. I think the month of June is going to feel magical, but sometimes magic can be confusing. And sometimes it can be chaotic, right? There's some chaos here to your June. But this chaos is very important to your progress and to your self-expression. You may even express something for the first time, and maybe it's going to be to this person. You may express something that you've never expressed before, or you never felt safe to express before, group 3. And it's going to feel freeing and liberating in some sort of way. 6th house, interesting. 6th house is on the same axis as the 12th house. This chaos or this kind of confusing, weird energy is actually very healthy for you. Maybe you're not used to unpredictable energy. Maybe you're not used to chaos. Maybe you're not used to magic in that kind of chaotic sense. And maybe you need it. Maybe it's healthy. It's a healthy dose of chaos. Maybe this person's going to bring some chaos, but it's not bad chaos. This person is bringing chaos that is like beautiful, healthy, abundant kind of chaos. It's not the kind of chaos that is destructive. It's constructive chaos. Maybe this person brings that to you, or maybe you're cultivating it between you and this person. But I'm getting one specific person is quite important this month. Yeah, this person is very important. I think you may feel like this person's magical in some sort of way. And I think this person sees your magic. I think both of you will think that one another is like, I'm getting a very strong energy of like two higher selves interacting. Like it's not just you interacting on a physical. You might see this person in your dreams. You may have full-blown discussions and conversations with this person in your dreams. But all of this is very healthy for you is what I'm getting. That's all I have for you. Group number 3. Thank you. So if you like that, do like, subscribe, and I appreciate it if you'd like to tip me for my time and my energy. But I'm going to move forward. Thank you, group 3. Group 3. Okay, group 4. Give me a second and then we'll get into it, group 4. Okay, group 4, let's get into it. Ooh. Okay. Universe. We're all just stardust. Jupiter, abundance. Oh my God, I just realized there has been so many comments and I haven't read any of them. I didn't even realize people were... Vlad is on fire! Yeah! Vlad is on fire! This girl is on fire! This girl is on fire! Number 3 can make some noise now. I love it. Sorry, guys. I missed all your comments. I was too in the zone, guys. Just too in the zone, you know. I was just really into it. And there's just a lot that I'm doing right now. Very dream-related pilot seems. Very in the brains and feelsy. Very feelsy. Group 3 was cool. But anyway, we're on group 4 now. Okay, group 4. Sorry, I am feeling a bit tired, but we will press on. So we've got universe, we're all just stardust. We've got Jupiter, abundance. Fire magic, Jupiter, fire, universe, martyr. Campfire circle, so much fire. Create deep and magical connections, relationships, bonding, and community. And when I was shuffling for group 4, I was really getting like show yourself. There was a lot of like show yourself. Fire makes me think like fire is showy. If there's a fire, you're going to see it. If there's a fire, you're going to see it. So showing off some. I'm almost getting like show off because it doesn't, like with the universe, we're all just stardust. I'm kind of getting like just show off this, like I feel like some of you have a talent or something that you did, and there's, you know, when people say like we're literally floating on a rock in a massive universe, who gives a shit? Like I'm getting this energy for you, group 4. It's like, just show it off. Who gives a shit? We're all just stardust. Like, I'm just getting this. Why wouldn't you show off? Like, oh, because someone's going to say something? Don't commit arson. Don't commit arson. Pretty please don't commit arson, please. Now, guys, seriously, seriously, group 4, seriously, I'm so for real right now. Do not, please, seriously, I'll be so mad if you commit arson. I will be so mad. I genuinely, I don't know if I'd do another live if someone committed arson. Do not do arson. It's really not cool. Anyway, this has this sort of an energy. I'm also getting like, because I'm kind of getting humorous vibes with this group, right? I'm getting like, do it as a joke. It's like, oh my God, like, do it as a joke. Like, publish your book as a joke. Go perform the music that you've written as a joke. Show your art and post your art, or put up your art as a joke. Like, I'm getting this idea of doing something as a joke, but it's like humorous, but you're doing it, right? But there's also an element of showing off or expanding, being more visible, because it doesn't fucking matter anyway. Like, even if someone criticizes you, we're all just floating on a rock in space. Like, that kind of mentality. And I think you're going to be more and more connected to that mentality. I think you're going to feel more and more compelled by that mentality. You're going to resonate more and more with that mentality. With the martyr energy, like, you know, like, I'm getting like, you know, when people say, oh, don't be such a martyr. Like, I don't feel it in a bad way, but it might just be like something, like a sort of an air, a sort of an energy around you. Like, don't be such a martyr. Oh my God, don't be such a martyr. Like, just do it. Oh my God, it's not even a big deal. Nobody cares. Like, I don't know why I'm getting that, but it's not a mean energy. Like, I don't think you're being mean to yourself. I don't think but there's this, I'm also seeing, you know, that meme when it's two guys on the bus and one is looking at the mountains and one is looking at the sunshine, and I'm getting like the text, oh my God, nobody cares. And it's like, oh my God, nobody cares. And he's looking at the dark wall. And then the other guy is like looking at the sunshine and he's like, oh my God, nobody cares. I think that's your attitude. Your attitude is like, yay, nobody cares. Fucking amazing. Yeah, I think this group is definitely like, let's just go for it. I think there is a really big energy of just, why wouldn't I put it out? Who cares? It's not a big deal. And if someone criticizes me, fine. But this is also about your own attitude. It's not just about putting something out there, although I think that's going to be a part of it for a lot of you. I think it's also about your attitude. Your attitude is changing. Like, nobody cares anyway. So why, I think there's this mentality of people don't think about you as much as you think they do. Like, people don't worry about you or don't talk about you as much as you think they do. There's that kind of sense that I'm picking up with this group. And I think that's going to help you expand. It's going to help you expand as a human, evolve as a human. I think it's going to help you navigate the world in an easier sort of way. I really like this group, actually. There's just something, I'm getting very strong fool energy. The fool energy. It's like, who fucking cares? Let's just go do it. Let's just go do it. Let's party. Let's party. TGIF. TGIF. Rock on. Your practical reality. Nine of Wands. I feel like for some of you, maybe you feel like over the last couple of months you've lost something in terms of practical reality, maybe you feel like you've lost a job. Maybe you feel like you've lost an opportunity. Maybe you feel like you've lost material wealth. Maybe there's a feeling of, I've worked really hard, but it kind of feels like it's gotten me nowhere. There's that kind of energy that I'm getting. And maybe that's the exact thing that is going to make you go, well, who the fuck cares? Let me just do the thing. Let me just do the thing I actually want to do. Yeah, well, I went and worked really hard in this, I've worked really hard in this job that I fucking hate, but it's secure or whatever the fuck. But and I went and I worked really hard and it's got me fucking nowhere. So let me quit this job and go pursue what I actually want to do, because who fucking cares? Like, I'm getting that kind of energy. It's like, okay, maybe I should just go. You did lose a job this week. Oh my God. Like, I would say I'm so sorry. Group 4 is so gangster. I love it. I'm so sorry, but at the same time, I think this is a good thing. It's going to make you go, who the fuck cares? Let me just do what I want to do anyway. Nobody cares, work harder. And I have been saying nobody cares a lot in my head. That's exactly what I'm hearing. Nobody cares. It's like, I keep getting this energy like, nobody fucking cares. So why won't I go and do the thing that I actually want to do? I think you feel some resentment, maybe this group does, group 4, for all the work that you did that you knew you didn't want to do. Yeah, this does have an energy of giving up, but at the same time not. It's like, I'm giving up. It's not even pleasing others, because it's like I give up doing what I'm supposed to do. I'm just going to do whatever I want to do. Pisces. I'm getting, definitely there's just, things are dissolving. Hey Newt, how are you? We're on group 4 for June predictions. There is a dissolving of your practical reality, so that you actually, Pisces energy is the energy of surrender. So maybe you're just surrendering. You're just like we have this energy, people mentioning in the chat, I give up. I fucking give up. I'm just going to do what I want to do. I'm going to expand the way that I want to expand. And like, what does it matter that I'm doing all this hard work? I think you're really kind of getting to this point of, what do you mean hard work? Like, and maybe you keep saying to yourself, I've worked so hard. I've worked so hard. Why is it not paying off? I've worked so hard. And maybe you're feeling like you're sick of saying that to yourself. Like, I've worked so hard, and what? And what? Where did it get me? This hard work. This hard work, where did it get me? Not me quitting my job with these exact thoughts. Oh my God, I literally was just talking about like a loss of a job. And there's another person in the chat that lost a job. Group 4. Okay, group 4. We out here. We vibing. We out here. So there's a lot of this dissolving of practical and physical reality as you know it. And I'm really getting this, because this martyr, Pisces energy is martyr energy as well. It's like, why am I suffering? Why am I being this martyr for this hard work? Like, why am I doing this? I'm really getting this very strong energy of like, why the fuck am I doing this? What? Who is this benefiting? Not me. Like, I'm really... So why shouldn't I just do what I want to do? Why shouldn't I just do what I want to do? I think some of you also will be finding a community that supports you, or finding people who support you when you say, why am I not doing the thing that I actually want to do? You'll be finding the people that will say, yeah, hell yeah. I guess this very fucking live, hell yeah, why shouldn't you do what you want to do? This is very interesting. I think you're allowing yourself to get angry about how much time you've wasted, but you didn't waste time. But it's like, in inverted commas, how much time you've wasted. I want to shave my bangs and get unemployable tattooed on my head. You have nothing to prove. Sorry, that was really good. That gave me a right old chuckle. I fucking love that. Anyway, so practical reality is dissolving. Meanwhile, I'm sitting here with barbecue sauce on my titties, and my whole practical reality is dissolving. So that is the vibes for group. This actually really reminds me of It reminds me of that meme where the dog is sitting in a house and it's like on fire, and the dog is just like, this is fine. But it's not, you're not in an energy of like, this is fine. You're just like, yeah, let this house burn down. Yeah, I hope this house burns down. Oh my God, don't commit. Guys, group 4, literally, I am feeling the anger. Do not commit arson, please. Serious, guys, I'm gonna be very angry if you commit arson. For real. Don't commit. Please don't commit arson. Okay, so yeah, it's like that meme with the dog in the burning house, and he's like, "This is fine," except it's not. This is fine. It's like, yeah, let this bitch burn down. Yeah, I hope it burns down. Yeah, I hope it turns to ashes. I think you're going through in June. There's going to be a lot of feelings of resentment popping up. Be gentle with yourself. I will just say that. I know we're having fun here. I know we're all very funny and humorous. Maybe do your best not to deal with this whole situation with humor. I mean, inject a dose of humor into it, but like, not all of it. Sorry, at the beginning of this group, we were making some arson jokes, but please don't do arson. Please don't commit arson. Okay. Group 4. You're crazy, group 4. But because there's so much fire in this group. We've got the campfire circle, fire magic. Even this Jupiter card like has lightning, like fire energy. It's just like, I'm fired up. But I think you're also fired up in a really good way, group number 4. You're fired up in a way that is like, I actually want to do something. I want to get shit done for me. I want to do something that's for me. And who gives a shit? I should just do what I want. Who gives a shit? We're on a flying rock in space. Again, that thing is coming through. Okay, your relationships. We've got 6 of Wands. So your relationships, both platonic and romantic. We've got 6 of Wands. I honestly think, because I think for this group, it's less about, I mean, If you're in a relationship, that's fine, but I'm going to talk outside of that for a second. 6 of Wands is making me think that maybe in your community, you're the person who's just coming up and just being like, fuck this, why are we doing this? Or you might be kind of riling people up. I'm not gonna lie, I am getting an energy of like someone who riles people up a little bit, but it's gonna be welcomed. It's gonna be well received. People are gonna like it. I think people are gonna like what you have to say. I think you're going to be quite appreciated in your community, especially. There's less in this group about one-to-one relationships and more in your role in the community. It's kind of, there's an emphasis on your role within the community rather than one-to-one. I think you're going to be quite visible in your community, maybe with certain, you might have some ideas, you might have some things you want to say. Again, the whole thing of this group, even when I was shuffling the cards, was like, what was the thing that I said? It was like reveal it, or let yourself be seen, or like reveal. There's this idea of like revealing something. You're kind of becoming louder. You're becoming louder, and also better at framing what you're trying to say. Like I keep getting someone on a podium with a microphone being like, we need to do this. Like, why are we all doing this? We don't even want to do it. So there's a very strong energy of speaking up. No, I honestly, I will say for this group, I'm not seeing an awful lot of romance. It feels a lot more about being like a very key person in your community. A very key, and look at all the wands again, like fire, wands. There's you're getting riled up in some sort of way. There's an energy of being riled up. And you're riling other people up as well. Like, it's almost like, you know, when someone's like, aren't you angry about this? Like, let's go do something about this. Or, you know, sorry, I'm like, I'm getting riled up here. Jesus. You might come out with your ideas, or there's something that you're coming out with, you're putting out there within the community to other people that you just don't care if people agree with or not anymore. Like, you just don't care. And it might even be a piece of, you know, it can be your work. It can be a piece of art, a piece of music, a piece of film, whatever. You're like, I don't care if people like it. I don't care if people agree with it. I don't care if people have something to say about it, whether it's good or bad. I'm just putting it out there. I don't care. But I think it'll be well received, like, for the most part. There might be some people who don't receive it well, but for the most part, I think you're not really caring. Like, even if it's not received well, you're like, okay, whatever. Second house, physical security, possessions, material values, and self-worth. I think you're aligning yourself with people who share your values. This has a very strong energy of, like, I don't have the patience for people that don't share my value system. I don't have the patience for people that don't align with me on my values. And also, you want to be able to express your values very openly and very freely, group 4. Like, there's a very strong sense of, I want to express my values. I want to share my values. I need space to express my values. Big reason why you quit your job. Okay, well, there you go. Okay, let's get spiritual, personal, and self-development for this group. There's a lot of expansion. I'm getting a very strong energy of expansion because of this. It's like this I don't care anymore energy is actually serving you so well in terms of expansion. We've got the King of Swords here. There's a very, like, it's a very cutting energy. I think you're cutting the bullshit in many ways. What you consider bullshit as well. It's not like what does society like what I consider this bullshit, I'm cutting it. And I'm really I'm making a decision and it's final. I'm really hearing that. I'm making a decision and it's final. So there's something about being decisive. So like, for example, maybe it's if you're deciding that you will never work a certain way again, there's this idea of I'm making this decision. I've made that. You might even kind of be, because I've done this, like maybe this happened a few months ago where I made a decision and I said to the universe, I literally said to the universe, like, this is what I've decided. I will not accept anything other than this. And it was on one specific thing. It wasn't like on everything in my life, but it was on one specific thing. And it was a very serious kind of energy that I embodied where I said, this is what I want. I will not accept anything else. That's final. It's either this or nothing, you know, it was like in that kind of vein. And I'm really getting that energy with you, group 4 for June. It's either this or it's nothing. My eye is fucking twitching. Oh. I'm getting someone making a list of demands. Maybe it's a list of demands to the universe, but again, like, obviously, I'm not saying you're, like, being mean to the universe. I'm just getting someone, it's not, like, a mean, it's a determined energy. It's like, I'm so fucking determined to get this. This is what I want. But I'm not going to lie, group 4, I am feeling a sense of resentment. And you need to be careful. I think what I'm getting with this group is, like, be careful not to resent past versions of yourself for accepting less. Don't resent past versions of yourself for working really hard and getting nothing in return. Because I'm seeing that could be, like, that could create an extra blockage for you that you don't need. So there's a need to forgive a past version of yourself that was okay with, like, accepting the bare minimum is what I'm hearing. Or accepting, you know, a job that they knew they didn't really want to do, or a job that didn't pay them fairly, or, you know, even if it's not to do with a job. I'm getting, okay, so we've got fixed, stability, persistence, loyalty, and dependent. I'm getting a very strong persistent energy. It's like you're really saying it's this or it's nothing. I don't know what it's in regards to. It's quite passionate though. It's either this or it's fucking nothing. I'm really getting that strongly. I want to pull maybe another card or two for your spiritual and self-development. Like, I'm not gonna lie, June is gonna be, you're gonna be kind of grappling with certain feelings of resentment for the past, for what you accepted in the past version of you that accepted things that you should have definitely not accepted, for not walking away from someone or something sooner. Queen of Pentacles. I also think in June, you're going to be doing a lot of work on grounding yourself in your reality as it is. There's a very big emphasis on not being delusional as well, is kind of what I'm getting. It's like, I will not be delusional. I will not. It's like, maybe you used to be kind of like, oh, maybe this job seems to have a lot of potential. Maybe it'll get me where I need to go. Like, it's going to give me the resource. And it was all in kind of wrapped up in potential rather than the reality of what it is. And it's like, no, what I'm getting in the moment is what I am accepting as my reality. And if I'm not getting what I feel is sufficient to my worth and my value, well, then I need to change that. There is a dose of realism that you're establishing, but then there's also a real effort to do things that you actually want to do rather than working hard. I'm getting the phrase work smarter, not harder. So I think that's something that you're looking at or looking into in the month of June. And I think there's a really big energy of your community supporting you or people in your life supporting you and like reaffirming that to you. Group 4. Okay. I'm out of breath. I don't know why I want to pull one more card for you though. Group 4. Ace of Cups, a new beginning. So what I'm getting with you, Group 4, is your June is going to be a bit of an angry month is almost what I want. And it's like anger, but be careful not to allow this anger to be so directed into yourself where you destroy yourself over it. It's like productive anger. Pride month? No, wrath month. It is a wrath month. I feel like it's a wrath. It's definitely like but it's like productive anger. You know how they say anger is like an emotion that's meant to show you where your boundaries have been crossed? There's that kind of energy here. Productive anger. Don't commit arson. Seriously, Group 4, please. We shake hands here. You don't commit arson in June. Okay. Pinky promise. We don't. Nobody commits arson. Okay. Listen, productive anger. I think that's a good header for your month of June. Productive anger. And I think you might even get your community riled up with you. Can we at least burn a flag or something? I'm not going to say anything. I already said everything I needed to say. I will not promote arson on this channel. That is not what we're here for. But yeah, that's what I have for you, group number 4. Thank you so much. This was really fun, as always. I'm loving these lives. These lives, man, these lives, they're jolly good time. Pinky promise. Good. Pinky promise. Okay, so that's all I have for you. If you enjoyed this reading, do tip, support me. Did you hear that click? That was my arm. Dehydrated queen. I actually drank a lot of water today. But yeah, thank you so much. I'll be back with more lives, most likely. But yeah, if you enjoyed this, like, subscribe. Send me good vibes. Send me good energy. Send me good things. Okay. See you later. See you later, alligator. Bye.